Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Rada Creator. I'm back with another one. So, today I just wanted to come back and pick up with some cases that I was doing a while ago, a few months ago, even longer than that. Like a Summer's case. I've been working on her since June. I don't remember the exact date, but it's between June 15th and June 27th of 2021. So I also wanted to touch on Sinzae Reed's case. A lot of you might not know who Sinzae Reed is, but for the people that don't know who Sinzae Reed is, allow me to get you acquainted with what happened to this man, to this young man, this boy, this 13-year-old boy. So you see the title is Since They Read and Summer Wells, Will There Ever Be Justice? It's really will there be justice for them, but will there ever be justice for them? That's how I feel about it. So Since They Read is a 13-year-old child from Columbus, Ohio, that was gunned down by a 36-year-old man by the name of Craig Allen Butler Sr. Um, he just jumped out of his car. He was a neighbor of Sinzae's. He jumped out of his car and he gunned this 13-year-old child down. Now, I was just going to check on updates and see what's going on with him. And what I looked at was shocking to my soul. Let me see if I can get to this so I can read this. So this man told authorities, and the murder charges have been wiped off the table because of this man's hearsay, this man's own say so. So he said that Since they fired at him first or something, which is completely false. He's a child. He did not have a gun. He's not a thug. All black young men are not thugs, and they do not all carry weapons. He's a 13-year-old little boy that was going to the store. That's it. So he said that since they fired at him first, he said that then he pointed out these three people supposedly. This is later on, like May 24th, 2023. This is when I'm hearing about this. He says that since they fired first, and that these three people saw this and witnessed this, and then he pointed out or described these people, what clothes they would have had on, which is probably people he know, people that's RACIST just like him. Okay, so they said that they saw Sinzae with something in his hand, and that when he laid upon the ground, DEAD, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but when he laid upon the ground, they said that uh, that somebody came up, which was probably his family, crying because this child had been murdered. But they said that the family took the gun out of his hand, which is a lie. So I just wanted to make people aware of the type of injustices in America, the how ridiculous this is. So in Columbus, Ohio, it's something called a stand your ground law. I was discussing this on a guy's channel by the name of Boss Man Blade. So it's a stand your ground law that was just introduced on, and I think it was 2019. I could be wrong. It could have been 2020, but I think it was 2019. So it's a stand your ground law, and it means that it's been changed and adjusted to mean that if you think your life is in jeopardy, it doesn't have to prove so. Now the burden of proof lies in the people that are the victims of what happened to prove that they were not the aggressor, which sounds ASS backwards for real. So I just wanted to make people aware of this type of thing. And so it's a lot like Florida. It's a lot like Florida and the Trayvon Martin stuff. And it's a lot like so anyway, this was approved in 2019. It's an unjust law. So now this man was trying to use stand your ground at first. Now he changed the whole story and said that this child fired upon him, a 13-year-old boy coming home from school. As he said that he had a gun and fired at this man. When everybody else said at first that this man jumped out of his red truck and fired upon this little child like he was an enemy in the street. And this is a person that live in their same building. Like this is a neighbor, and he murdered this child. So I just wanted to tell y'all about that. I wanted to tell y'all about the updates. I just happened to look for updates, and I was just surprised to see what I saw. Like I couldn't believe that they are letting him get away with the murder charge, and that is why, because he says that Sinzae fired. Oh, and authorities also did not find any shell casings around Sinzae where his body laid. They didn't find any bullet holes in the truck, the red truck that the man jumped out of and fired upon his child. They didn't find anything to even suggest that Sinzae had a gun. But because he says that's what happened, they are waiving the murder charge. I can't believe this. This is like the Twilight Zone. This is like, this cannot be real. Like, so I was just looking at that, and it was May 24th, 2023. I guess this is when a trial, when maybe a court date was or something. But this is crazy. I just can't believe that in America in 2023, you could get away with murdering a child because you said he had a weapon when there was no proof of that found in any way by any authorities, by anybody. But because you said that, he can get away with murder charges. So now he's just being charged with something like mishandling a firearm or something crazy like that. Hey, Mr. Peacock, how are you? Yes, justice for Summer Wells. Yes, yes. So, yeah, so this is America, y'all. So I just wanted to inform y'all on that young man. He lost his life. He was only 13 years old. He will never see his mama again. His mama will never see her son again. And it's so sad. And it's so sad that people could get away with murder in 2023 in Columbus, Ohio. It's not even the Deep South. It's Columbus, Ohio. So if you're interested in that story, please look up that story, y'all, because it's really crazy. So, hey, Hippo Heart. Hey, Dynamite. How are you, boo? So, hey, Mr. P. Yes, it's horrible. He's only 13 years old, and that's the end of his life, just like that. And they won't even file murder charges against this man. Now, at first, you could have said it was the stand your ground law, but then once they could not prove that, and then he said that this boy fired upon him, and you ain't find no proof of that, why is he allowed to walk the streets? This man is a free man fighting mishandling of firearm charges, not murder charges of him opening fire on his child. So for some of y'all that don't know what I do, so I would say some people will call me a true crime channel or something like that, but for the most part, I try to solve crimes and by spiritual means. So I'll do research and then I'll present the facts of the research and then try to get spiritual information through other means. So I had knew that this boy was shot because the ancestors told me, God and the ancestors told me that he was shot in the hand. I knew that he was shot in the hand. He was shot either in the back or in the chest as well. And I can't really remember what I had came up with because this has been a while ago. This man was supposed to be charged for murder back in October the 12th of 2022. This was when he was supposed to be charged for murder, but he was let go. His word was gold. He was let go. But yeah, I knew that this child was shot in the right hand because I actually tried to channel where he was hurt because we all have these type of powers. I know this type of stuff might scare some people, but we all have these type of powers. We all have connection to spirit. We all have connection to our ancestors, our loved ones, people we love, people we lost, but we don't pay attention to these things. So when I channel in and focused and asked, what happened to him. Show me where he was shot. I was shown his right hand and his chest. So, or back. I can't remember if it was the chest or the back, but I just know that it was up in the chest area or whatever. So now let's go on to my girl. Hey, Lily Eve. I love your name. That's my grandmama's name, Lily. I love your name. So yes, no problem. Summer is my girl. I call her my daughter, actually. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who got a problem with it. I don't care if Candace got a problem with it. She already know. For those of y'all who don't know, I'm a really direct type of person. And so I've actually confronted Candace person to person in the interview room, but she had me blocked out of the interview room. I thought it was still on there, and I was talking about this to somebody and was telling them which live to go back to see us going back and forth. But she had me blocked off there. I didn't know they was working together at this time. That Candace and Chris McDonough had discussed that, you know, if anybody comes in there, she can get them kicked out. So that's what happened with with her, because um I'm a person that's not afraid to go at somebody. If you wrong is wrong, period. Period. And I just asked her, so let me tell y'all about that conversation since y'all don't know. So I was like, I came into the interview room. So you remember he got a slow down chat because he has so many people in there at one time. So it's like you really could only say one message like every 5 minutes at a time. So this was the one where he was replaying Candace being interviewed at the swimming hole. Okay. Now, like I told y'all, what I do for a living is I solve cases through spiritual means. So the first person I ever channeled, fully channeled, was Summer, actually. That little girl is very powerful. And I was just talking to her, just hoping that she was not on the other side. But if she was, I was telling her what she can do on the other side, her powers and all the stuff, telling her she can fly and all the stuff. I was just telling her anything she needed to know if she was on the other side. And lo and behold, she came through. And when she came through to me, I felt like this, I don't know how to explain it, but I want to say like a suction feeling around the crown of my head, right? The only way that I could say it would be consistent with is the loss of oxygen to the brain. Okay? That's what it's consistent with. Loss of oxygen to the brain. So that told me that, now remember, she was being interviewed by the swimming hole and all this stuff. So it's one or two things that she could have went underwater and never, lost oxygen in the brain that way. Or for some reason, I was fixated on that. I don't want to say this because I'm talking about a baby, but Manual Strangulation. Okay, I hope people can spell, and that is why I keep saying when I be at other people's lives and saying Candace did it, she did that to her daughter. That is what Summer showed me. Okay. So anyway, so everybody thinks it's Don, but it's not actually Don. Don cleaned up Candace's mess. Okay. Don cleaned up Candace's mess. That's what he did. Now, and then I later found out why he cleaned up Candace's mess, because I didn't understand that, because he was so fixated on his daughter. I didn't understand why he would clean up after her, like, and forgive her and whatever. But it's because she knows dirt on what he's done, what he did to get that house. Okay? The other grandma, not Grandis, the other grandma, that was her house. And she was a married woman. And that house was supposed to go to her husband, okay, when she passed. And remember, Don and his family moved up there supposedly to take care of her. But I don't believe that's how things went. It might have first was supposed to go, initially was supposed to go like that, but by the end of things, I believe they did some manipulative things, um, forged paperwork, got possession of that house because that house was not supposed to go to them. If you would look at it, that house was not supposed to go to them. I'm talking about Karen. I'm talking about Grandma Karen. That's what I'm talking about. What you say? What do I feel about Grandis's rolling? Let me say this. Look, this is from that tape, Lily Eve. This is from the tape. You know what I'm talking about? That 7-second tape when Grandis was saying whatever she was saying to Candace, and Candace was just as calm as a cucumber. She was just like, yeah. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I think that was Grandis freaking out, thinking that now that she's seen what her daughter is capable of and what she done to her own daughter, it scared the crap out of Grandis. And Grandis actually started taping as some insurance in case she tried to do something to her because she just could not believe that her daughter was capable of what she done. Because if y'all look at, I don't know whose footage is that. If y'all look at that picture, it's two pictures. Two pictures when Summer is in that back seat. If you look near that seat belt, blow that picture up. Okay? Pay attention. That's not soda that's around that seat belt. So I believe the mother did that. And I believe that the mother did that because she thought that Summer was going to go tell on what she was doing with that underage boy. Okay? Okay? If I could keep it all the way real. So, but I don't think that Grandis actually played a part. I think Grandis thought Candace was playing. I don't think Grandis really thought that Candace was capable of the type of evil that she was capable of. Oh, another thing I want to bring up, y'all. So I've never showed this, so I'm gonna find that wherever I saw it at. But I'm gonna find it. I know I have pictures of it, but I just don't know where. It's probably in my phone, but I would have to search I have thousands and thousands of pictures of Summer. Like I really was on this. Like so, when on one of the remember the strange church people, no disrespect intended, please forgive me, God. Um, I don't trust these church people. I feel like they occult. I always did. They give me the creeps. Like they seem like they be in the movies, like like occult. Like so. Anyway, when they was having these, I forgot what they was calling them. They was calling them something. I forgot the get-togethers at the park when they were supposed to be praying for Summer's safe return. I truly believe a lot of them knew what happened to Summer. I truly believe that. Well, I gotta find out the truth from God because these are right here is my own opinion right here. I believe that it was planned what was to happen to Summer. And I believe it was part of that church cult crap. This was Candace's church. Okay. Also, when they was at the prayer vigil, that's what it's called, prayer vigil. When they was at the prayer vigils, when Don came the one time, so Candace reaches out her arm, and if you look at, she reaches out her arm to hold Don's hand and be sad and cry fake tears. So when she does this, I don't know if y'all can find that tape, but I want you to look at the tattoo on her arm. The tattoo on her arm. Let's get into it. The tattoo on her arm is of a cross with a snake around the cross. When I looked this up, I hope I can remember what that meant, but I know it meant the devil. So anyway, it represented Jesus and the devil. Okay? The serpent represented the devil, the cross represented Jesus, and I forgot when I looked up, mm, I wish I could remember. It was something about the symbol that also meant the devil. Like, I looked this up. What does this mean? What is this tattoo? And what does this mean? A cross with a snake around it. Okay. So that was way back, like a year ago. And this is the one time Don came to the prayer vigils at the church. I mean, in the park with the church. And I want y'all to do y'all homework on that and look that up because that's some real, real deep stuff. Okay. I want y'all to look up what it means, and I want y'all to tell me what you think from that. So anyway, but what was I saying about? So I think this church um is involved in what happened to Summer, but I feel like it wasn't supposed to happen then. I feel like Candace's rage took a hold of her and she lost it and went ham on her child. I even called her out in Chris McDonough's interview room. So, like I was saying before, so it was the episode that Chris was playing when he was playing back um Candace and his interview at the swimming hole / horse pond. So um she was asking I mean not she, sorry. um um Chris McDonough was asking her different questions about this, and she was coming up with her answers or excuses, whatever you like to say it was, or whatever. So so she was in there. So one day, so not one day, at this time, somebody actually asked a question about some laundry or something. Y'all might remember this if y'all was in Chris McDonough's live. So somebody asked about some laundry. So she replies, now this is me and my sixth sense. Y'all gonna be like, how the heck did you pick this up, girl? But she replies, um, why is everybody worried about this is Candace, but she's under an alias, okay? So, and that's how dope I am at my spiritual gifts. I picked up it was her ass under there. So anyway, so she was like, I don't know why everybody is worried about her doing laundry if her husband has a dirty job. Why would everybody be worried about that? Don't ask me why. Just from that, I knew it was her. I knew it was her because it was like she wanted everybody to be obsessing about her. She was watching back her interview with Chris McDonough because she is a bit of a narcissist. She feels like this being interviewed by Chris McDonough is like her big break. She's not even really looking for her daughter. She's feeling like this is her big break. Okay. So I just knew it was her when she said that bullcrap. And I said the name that she was using, and I put the at. You know how you do that to make the name light up? I put the at and the name, and I said, I know this is you, right? She said she put mine at my name, Ryder Creative. It is, and what are you trying to say? So I said, I'm saying, no, I said, how could you? I said something like that. How could you? Right? So I was like, your daughter loved you. No, I ain't say your daughter because it would have alerted everybody in the chat. Like, I was having a one-on-one conversation in a whole chat full of people, and nobody caught on that I was talking to her but me and her. So she I said, how could you? Like, she loved you, she trusts you. You know what's so sad? Oh, wait a minute, I ain't even say that yet. I just said, how could you? So she like, what you trying to say? When I said, I think this you. She was like, it is. And what you trying to say? That I took Summer? I said, no. I'm saying that Summer made me feel a tightness around the crown of my head that's consistent with loss of oxygen to her brain. Why is that? Why? This is what I'm saying in the chat. So, well, I might not have said Summer because I know all of y'all would have been like, what? Everybody eyes would be like, So I was strategically saying stuff, but she knew, and I was addressing her, and I was putting her alias name at the time, and she was doing the same thing back to me. So, so I said, and she, it's a shame. How could you? She loved you, and the sad thing is, she still do. Like, yo, I use all type of apparatuses to try to contact her and everything. Y'all don't have to believe in what I do or whatever. But she used to be asking questions like, is she sorry? It's so sad. It's like, is she sorry? She'll be asking that. And so anyway, look, you hear them that noise. That's my divining rods. What some people call dowsing rods, but that's my divining rods. That's my ancestors and God putting their 2 cents into this because they was on the other side when she was asking this to them. Like, are they sorry? And, and one of my ancestors used to tell her, like, yeah, they sorry, all right, because you know what that means. That means like they are sorry piece of crap for what they did to her. So yeah, but anyway, back to the story. So she was like, so what you trying to say? I took Summer, and I was like, no, I'm saying Summer made me feel a tightness around the crown of my head that's consistent with the loss of oxygen to the brain. Why is that? Why? So, and I said something about she loved you. How could you? And the sad thing is that she still loves you. So she stayed quiet for a long time. I was like, I hope she crying and actually feeling some type of guilt for what you've done to your daughter. Cause I'm positive, y'all. She the one. She did it. She did it. Don't be dismayed. And Allison saw what happened to her. Don't let her off the hook either. She saw, remember when Allison was the first person to be interviewed by Chris McDonough. And she was talking about Chris McDonough bringing her to the house. I mean, I'm talking about Summer. I mean, what's her name? Candace bringing Summer to the house and all this stuff. And remember, it's a picture, and you can even see the trash can that be in a driveway right there when she's at the house on one of them pictures. So if we can see these red marks around the seat belts, around her ears, around her body, if we see that, if we see this DNA on this baby, how didn't she see that? She saw that and she knew something had happened to Summer. And she went right on about her business. And she's still with her, and I seen her and Andrew on something talking about more stuff about Candace and Summer. So she's still exploiting Summer as well and never stood up for justice for this little girl. And I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. And I don't appreciate it. And remember something, I was watching somebody today. I don't know who it was, but I was watching somebody today and they were saying something about I don't know. I felt like they were saying like Allison is an innocent party. She is not an innocent party. When I used to use these spirit boxes that make words, Summer's grandfather was like, she is guilty. Allison is guilty. Allison knew. He made me look into that like that because of the way he kept saying it. Every time Allison name come up on there, he'll say that she is guilty. She knew. So every time it made me just look up, you know, deeper into it to see. And that's when I seen that that's Allison's driveway that they were in, where one of them pictures were taken. One of them pictures were taken in Allison's driveway when Summer was not looking well. I'm just gonna say it like that because she was not going. We thought she was because she looked so bad, but no, she was not going. She's strong. She was holding on for dear life. And guess who made sure she was going? Her supposed mother. What mother could ever do that to your child? An evil one. One that have a tattoo of a snake and a cross on it. That one. So let me read that. So I said, this is my opinion. When she was showing those clothes in that box, that bathing suit had to smell like that horse pond because she said she didn't wash it. Oh, well, another thing that everybody missed. Let me enlighten y'all. Like, yo, my eyes, my perception be so deeper and on a different level. So, you know how Don and Candace kept trying to tell Chris McDonough that those clothes were supposed to be Summer's first day of school outfit. Stop playing with me. That is not no new clothes. Them clothes is not no new clothes. That is not her first day of school outfit. And this is what I was saying in somebody's chat. I don't know who chat I was in today, but I said, they said something about Pruitt or Detective Pruitt. I said, Pruitt don't really care because I gave him evidence that could lock up the mother. Okay. Okay. I gave them evidence that they already have in their custody that could all come together and been enough to lock up the mother, at the very least pull her in for questioning. But I really think lock her up. And it has something to do with what she really had on. See, that was lies. You know damn well that's not no brand new outfit, no first day of school outfit. If y'all look at that sweatsuit, is that a brand new first day of school outfit? Come on now. Come on now. The dress she had on, because she had on a dress. The dress that she had on was the first day of school outfit that they was talking about. And I brought it to their attention because I knew for a fact that it was in their custody. I'm not going to get into specifics of how I knew and what I knew and why I knew, but I made it all make sense and put it all together for them in a pretty little package so they could not misunderstand what I was saying, and send it to them. And nobody was arrested because they don't care. I don't know what Pruitt got to do with this, or what they got over Pruitt, or why I can't. I just really couldn't believe that he's lazy, and that's why I just can't believe that. I just won't believe that. I just cannot believe that. It's something more to that. Why he did not look into that, because I put it all together for him, and she should have been picked up, because I tell you no lies. And so, and it was the outfit that she had on, and it showed what happened to her with that seatbelt. Okay, why the seatbelt was looking like that. Okay, her clothes were changed when she was put in that car. That's why you could barely see what was coming through her clothes, what what was on that seatbelt, soaking up that seatbelt as well. Okay, like I hate to say this about a baby, and how could a mother do this to her child? And I think that scared the crap out of Grandis. Somebody that was saying, what do you think the role of Grandis? Yo, I think that scared the crap out of Grandis. And that's what made her record that 7-second video in case this chick turn around and do it to her. She really just could not believe that her daughter was capable of what she capable of. And now, and every time, and she keep on, if y'all notice, ever since that happened, she keep trying to find a way to make it downfall. Like, I mean, I guess you could say both of them hold some responsibility, because this is the truth of the matter. If we're going to get down to the real nitty gritty of why all of this happened because nobody protected this baby girl from her predator father. Nobody protected her from her predator father. Okay? Nobody, not even her own mother, did not protect her from her predator father. Okay? So, and instead of protecting her daughter, okay, instead of protecting her darling daughter, she gets jealous of her daughter and starts abusing her daughter and treating her daughter like crap because you won't protect your daughter against your pedo man. Okay? Okay? And that's crazy. And that's crazy. And I've been saying this from day one. Yo, I just could see it. It's like I got this gift where I could like, all right, so say it was a picture, say it was a family picture. I could just look into the picture and just see stuff about the family. What's going on? What's going right? What's going wrong? It's so hard to explain, but if I had a picture, I could show y'all what I'm talking about. If I had a picture of somebody, like anybody, I could say, yo, you seem like you like this and like that. I just know things that I shouldn't know about you. And it's like part of my gifts. And I just knew that this baby was being abused. And I was also hearing stuff too. I'm not gonna act like, oh, this all came out the clear blue because the pedo rumors was already floating around with Don. Okay. And when you start looking at them pictures and then listening to what he had to say, like, oh, Summer always wanted, ever since Summer was a baby, she always wanted to sleep with me. Yo, that shit made me so fucking mad. Like, yo, like, oh my God. If that man was in front of me, I would have took his life at that moment. Just the way he said it. Oh, it just made my skin crawl. Like, Summer always had to be with me. She always wanted to sleep with me. No, your pedo ass always wanted to sleep with her. And your wife did nothing about it. Who does that? So, anyway, so that pissed me off. That made me so mad. Like, so I think that was on Chris McDonough as well. It just went through my skin. It just went, ooh. Like, I don't even want to talk about it no more because it just goes through me. I just cannot do it. So, yes, this baby had a horrible life, and she should not have had to live that life in 5 years of her little life. But now, that baby, she is happier than ever. Everybody loves her where she is. She don't got to worry about people being after her, people being jealous of her, people mad at her for reasons unbeknownst to her. She don't even know what's going on. She only 5. She don't know what's going on. She don't know why her mom turned on her like that. She don't know why her dad be doing what he be doing. Like, she had no clue why. And so, but now she's in a better place. She's in a happier place. She don't have to worry about the abuse that she was subjected to at the hands of the people that's supposed to have gave her life and took it. I'm not letting y'all off. Now I feel like Don did clean up after her though. Wait, let me see. You said, hold on, let me see. Poor, poor baby girl. Prayers for Summer Moon, you South Wales, and her brothers. Yes, they went through a lot. I also seen a picture of Wyatt, the oldest boy. Wyatt arm was broke. I knew one of them parents did that. Let me ask that. Let me ask that on my ride. God, did one of them parents do that? Yes. So yes, one of the parents did that to the boy. Was it Don? Yup. It was Don. Yup. Because you said Don. Yup. Yup. So yup. And I just remember knowing that the parents did that. That's what I mean. I see pictures and I see a story behind the picture. I don't know how I come to the conclusions, but it'd be right. It'd be right. So, this is my opinion. Hawkins is corrupt. Yes, Hawkins. Yo, I said this in somebody live today. I think it was the lady Smiley. I don't know, but I don't want to get to saying the wrong names. I don't remember who live I was in. But when I was in the live, I said I, oh, I don't even remember. I'm rambling. I don't even remember what I was about to say. It was something about the Hawkins County is corrupt. I don't know what I said. Oh, Somerset. So I be using all types of apparatuses. So I also use like spirit boxes with voice. like I'll set it on the children's setting, and the children let the children go, because it don't just be Summer there. It's a lot of little kids that was done dirty by people that were supposed to love them, especially by their parents. So so Summer was like, they evil. I swear to God, she said it just like that. They evil. I was like, who evil? Your parents? She's like, they all evil. The whole town. She said the whole town is evil. The whole town. God only knows what that means. She said the whole town, and she screamed it out like, they all evil. I'm like, oh my God. Could you imagine that? A 5-year-old baby saying that? So I ain't put all that on my channel. I only put certain stuff on my channel. I put like I don't know. I don't know. I just got a limit to what I'm gonna put up there. I don't know. I just don't think that Summer's emotions to that max should be put out there like that. I feel like that's something private, but yeah, she did say that. So they all failed her and her brothers. Yes, they did. They all did. Yes. I had a dream about the baby boy, about I can't remember his name right now. Hold up. It's Wyatt, Waylon, and what's the baby name? I can see his little face, but I can't remember his name. Darn. It'll come to me. But anyway, what I think she's supposed to say what creeped me out. Yeah. When Summer said, when he said Summer was developing and she was a young lady. Can you believe that? 5 years old, Kiki. 5 years old. Ridiculous. What you mean she was developing? She 5. Why is you saying she developing? So, yes, that would have creeped me out. I missed that. I missed that he said she was developing. Oh, he thought of her as a young lady. I think I remember that part, the young lady part. But developing, I missed that part. But I knew he was a perv. I knew it. And this is when he was talking to Chris McDonough. And Chris McDonough and he was just saying stuff. He thought he was like finessing the situation. He thought he was like patching up the situation and making it okay. But he wasn't. He was showing his true colors. For people that have more than just ears that hear, when you hear from a more spiritual place, when you hear beyond what your ears hear, yo, you just hear stuff totally different. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm so happy that this baby don't have to deal with that fool ass family no more. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just couldn't imagine. And that's what we be all saying. I don't know if I think that's on somebody else's channel, but I don't remember who channel because I be on watching everything I got to do with my girl. So uh I just remember we were saying like you a hero to Summer. Like you a hero. You saved your brothers. Like if I could have told her that, or it could have been on somebody else's channel. But I know she knows that she's a hero and she saved her brothers. Okay? Because the bad stuff wasn't just happening to her. It was happening to her brothers as well. Ooh, the chills that went through me when he talked about them drug parties that he was trying to say that some random druggies came up into his yard, that was lies. He was talking about himself, that they sold drugs and did drugs in the yard or whatever, had druggy parties. He's talking about his own life. He had druggies over and had druggy parties. And I believe he let these people do bad things to his children. I really do. It's so sad. So I'm just glad that she don't have to go through that crap no more. The boys don't have to go through that crap no more. It's just such a sad. If the boys ain't together, that's sad. I would love to see them together. They should be with each other. But I'm glad they safe from them because they evil. Like, yup. Oh. So let me finish telling you about the Candace thing. So So when I was telling her something, I said she was quiet for a long time. I said, I hope she was crying. I was saying this to Summer too. I was saying this out loud. I'm like, oh, somebody, I hope she crying. I hope she crying. Cause she need to cry. She wrong for what she did. Like, so so after a long silence had went by, when I said, how could you? And the worst thing is that she still love you even now. After the long silence had went by, she gonna say, or should I say Rose? Oh, I said, this is what I said. No, no, no. I said something before that. I said, tell the truth. Tell the truth for her. Tell the truth for her. Like she deserves it. Like just tell the truth for her. So she said, or should I say Rose? I was like, what the hell she meant by that? Now remember, she got a sister named Rose, Rosemarie Blah. So I didn't know she was talking about her sister. Like, is that the way her sister was taken out of this world with the tightness around the crown of her head? Or what? No, look, her sister saying no right now. That's not how. So her sister saying no. So I said, so, but you know who's another Rose, Kiki? Another Rose is this woman named Rose Myers or Rose Meyer, who I always believed was Rose's mom, Grandis. And she used an age enhanced picture of Rose, if you ask me. That's my belief. That's my strong, strong, strong belief. And I was showing the proof, and I was showing on my channel. If y'all watch my channel, uh, one of these, two of these people put up that video, um, saying that about my channel. So I had put all the proof of what was being said, and how would this Rose Meyer know all of these details? And why would Don be about to run up on Rose Myers and beat her up? No, that's Grandis. He was about to beat up Grandis. So, yup. And I said that's her. So that it was thanks to Candace that I ever figured out that Grandis was Rose Meyer. It was over a year ago. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was over a year ago. And it was because of her saying that, or should I say Rose? I said, what the hell did she mean by that? Yo, and I was wrecking my brain like, what did she mean by that? I just could not let that go. And so I just kept picking at that until I figured out what it was. It ain't had nothing to do with her sister. Um, and so it had to do with her. So I'm like, that's what made me come across the Rose Meyer thing. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. You knew that was you knew that Grandis was Rose Meyer? You knew that, Kiki? Yep. But yep. I figured that crap out. So that's the way I felt about it. And that's what made me figure it out. Thanks to her big old mouth. And she was so busy trying to clap back at me, trying to have something to say back at me, that she made me figure that out. You can't talk to a person like me. I read between the lines. I hear what you don't say. I hear what you holding back. I hear what you want to say. I hear what you say when you lying, and what is really the truth behind what you're saying when you're lying. Like, yo, you can't put one over on me. You know what I mean? So that's how I am. But yo, so uh what do I want to end this out on with my summer? Like, I want to end it out on a beautiful note. Like, so what do I want to say? Um, so let me tell y'all some stuff, some fun facts. What you say? Was Rose the daughter hit over the head with the hammer? No. Honest to God, I mean, honest to God, truth, honest. She wasn't hitting over here with a hammer? No. They said no. They said no. God said no. So I asked when I read that, I pulled them things up because I wanted to see what God had to say, because I really don't know how. All I know is it has something to do. Oh, so I've been given so much spiritual information that regards to Summer and Rose. So Rose, should I say that part? Is under the no. Okay. All right, but I can't say everything because they don't want me to tip people off to go and clean up their tracks. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but uh, I got a lot of information when it comes to rules, and I know it got something to do with a highway. Now, I know, all right, so this is what I did see in this dream, or was it a vision? It was a vision. So it was a vision I had, right? So I see like it's almost like I'm hovering over Rose. Like, say if a bird was flying in the same direction as Rose was, like I was like looking right at her, like, but she was in a car. But the car was going forward. And it was like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's weird. So I was looking right at her and I seen this. I'm like, that look like Aunt Rose. Like I call her Aunt Rose because of summer. So I'm like, that looked like Aunt Rose. Like, so, and she had her hair up in a high ponytail and it was like curly. Like she probably had some mousse in it. Like, so it was like curly at the top, right? And she was looking real concerned and worried about where she was going. Like, either like where she was going, like she was about to get into an accident and crash, or that somebody was following her. Because she was looking real concerned. It was really deep. Like she was looking real concerned. So then the next flash of a vision that is like a piece of the same thing is her coming out of this, which I did not know that she was in a parking lot where a building was, an office building. I did not know that. I just found that out like I don't know how long ago that was. I probably just found that out like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I did not know she was. I thought she was just in a. I don't know. I just did not put that together right. I did not realize that her car was found in a parking lot and all of that. Because this is probably the same parking lot, like literally. So she was and it was crazy because it wasn't nobody in this parking lot. And this is like it was daytime. It was daytime. So um I don't know how early in the day or how late in the day, but I know it was daytime. So it wasn't nighttime. So she pulls up in this parking lot, and the way she is parked is like I guess I could say so like if it was a crowded parking lot, it would be like how all the cars are parked or whatever. But it was only her car there, and then by the time she came out, it was another car diagonally and to the left of where her car was. Right? So she coming out of wherever this building is that's right there to go get in her car. And I believe somebody gripped her up and put her in the car. I really believe that. And I believe that her husband is behind it. But I believe that somebody gripped her up and put her in this car. So, that's true? Yup. Because I never seen that part. So they just told me it's true. God and the ancestors just told me it's true. But I never seen that part. I just saw that she was coming around her car and that because of this car parked so weirdly in front of her car, it was like she was nervous about how to it's almost like I'm seeing it through her eyes. So she was nervous about how she should go to her car. And it made her go around the back of her car because this car was parked diagonally and to the left in front of her car. So she was not going to go around the front to get in her car. She went around the back. And I still feel like they still got her, even though she tried to do that. So yeah, it's deep. So yeah, but yep, that's what I seen about Rose. And I talked to this lady. I don't know her name. I don't know Lisa something. And everybody was talking about she was investigating Rose's thing, and she tried to tell me everything that I ever saw or believe is wrong. But I'm not gonna listen to nobody else. I'm gonna listen to what I was shown because I believe those visions came from Rose. I believe Rose showed me that. Like one time I had a dream about summer. Well, it wasn't exactly about summer. I was dreaming. I was like sleep in my bed, and I woke up and Summer was in my room on my dresser, like she was on my dresser pointing. She was like pointing at this lotion, and like say the lotion said Egyptian rose or something, and she pointed to the part that said rose, and I was like rose. And Summer turned around and was like, like did this thing. She didn't say it. She just did it with her head, like, and then then it led to a whole dream showing me something else. That's the part I can't tell y'all because they don't want nobody to clean up their tracks behind themselves. So, but that showed me where she is. That dream, and I believe that Summer was telling me Rose is giving you this information right here, and that's why she pointed to it to say Rose. Like, yep, it's deep. That little girl, she's super powerful. Summer, super powerful. So, yep, that's my baby. I call her my daughter. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who do like it. I call her my daughter. That's my daughter, and I don't care. So, um, but so how we gonna end this out, baby? Any more questions, people? Any more questions? Was Rose daughter hit over the head? What? Oh! You already said that. It was Rose the daughter. No, I knew that they were hurting that boy that way too. Yeah. Yup. Yup. His arm was on a whole cast from the shoulder to the goddamn to the wrist. He was in a whole cast. And I just knew it was one of them parents. I just knew it. But she seemed like she loved her boys. She cherished her boys. What's so crazy is when you hear her talking in the video, it seemed like she loved her daughter. But when you see other things, like other pictures, like um I'm just gonna try to stay away from that because I don't want to start no stuff and I don't want to get in no type of trouble with YouTube or nothing. But it's pictures with Summer have a bruise under her eye and under her right lip, and I don't believe Don did that, and I don't believe her brothers did that, and I believe that was done because somebody was jealous, and I believe that Don came home and seen what happened, why it was a bruise under her eye, same side. You ain't gonna touch her with her, and that's what I think. So that's how I feel about it. I don't know, but I heard that part from somebody was telling this story, and it just made sense. I just felt like she was right. Like when somebody tell me stuff, I could just tell what's the truth and what's not. I don't even know what that's about either. Like I just know what's a lie and what's the truth. And so when this girl was talking about, she just be like, "I want to tell you a story." I don't know if is she okay or not because people been looking around for her. Her name Chip. She had a channel called Mystery Angels or whatever. And she was like, I want to tell y'all a story. And she was like, talking about it was a little girl and it was a mom and the mom was jealous and all this and that and all this. And she started saying the same thing that I just said, but in a story form. And I just knew it to be the truth. I don't know. I knew it to be the truth. So, yep, that's where I got that from. But yeah, so, you meant to say boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wish I could remember the baby's. I don't believe I can't remember his name. That's my baby with the brown hair. But yo, I had a dream about him, and he was trying to climb. Guess what? Yo, so my powers is so deep. Like I had a dream about this boy, the boy, Summer's baby brother, the youngest brother, and he kept trying to climb these. It was like wooden bunk beds. Now, I did not know they really had effing wooden bunk beds, girl. I didn't know this. So, so this was it a dream? Was it a dream? Yeah, it was a dream. Yeah, yeah, because I think Summer tried to show me that. Summer showed me this. This all a part of what I believe happened to the mother, the grandmother, the child that was trying to climb the wooden bunk beds. All that. I think all that is connected. So now, if you go back to older pictures with Jose, remember Jose spent the night over there, and Allison and Candace was trying to give him the things. You know what I mean? They was trying to give him the business. So when they was trying to give him they stuff, right? Remember, he was laying on these wooden bunk beds. I did not know they was wooden bunk beds. I did not know that, and I did not see these beds until I don't know. I think it was on Christmas dinner. I did not see them till like months later, like, and I had had this dream already. So I was talking about this dream. I swear, within 72 hours of that dream, Christmas dinner just showed these pictures of this they place and showed. I'm like, oh my God, look. So in the dream, I was watching TV. I was sitting in these chairs, like you know how church chairs, when you go to church and they feed you in the back and they had them little metal fold out chairs. I was sitting in a church chair, like I call them church chairs, that like a metal fold out chair like that. And so I looked over and seen one of my ancestors. So I thought this was my dream. I did not realize I feel like I was Summer, but I did not know I was Summer yet. I thought I was me. And because I looked over and see my ancestor to the left of me, I just thought that this dream was about me. But it was about Summer. So so I'm looking at TV. I don't even remember what we was looking at, but we was both looking at TV. The ancestor, she got her pocketbook across her. That's the way she carried her pocketbook. So she got her pocketbook across her. So we all, I don't even know if we was talking. I know we was looking at TV. Next thing you know, I look to the first, I look to the right and I see um damn, I can't remember the baby's name. Oh, it's bothering me. But I see the baby with the brown hair trying to climb these wooden bunk beds. It wasn't no bed. It was all a wooden frame. And it wasn't and like I hadn't seen his picture yet. It wasn't no ladder for him to climb up. It wasn't nothing for him to get up there. And he was trying to get up there to the top, right? And so then I turned to the left, well, kinda to the left, behind me, kinda, because we looking in front of us. But then when I look, like kinda, it's like kinda behind us, but to the left. So when I look there, Don come out. I don't know if I should tell that. Should I tell that? Yeah. Ooh, they said tell it. They said tell it. Yes, I didn't know this though. I didn't know they had wood. So So Don come out with this knife and he talking to himself and he going back and forth. He walking back and forth, like pacing the floor, talking to himself with this knife in his hand. Okay. And I'm like, oh my gosh, right. And something about this dream, I felt like the baby boy, he felt so unsafe in his own home that he used to carry this knife. Okay. So I felt like this baby boy, the youngest brother with the brown hair, used to carry a knife around with him because that's how unsafe he felt in his own home. Ain't that a shame? He only like 7. So anyway, so when I seen Don walking back and forth talking to himself with this knife in his hand, I'm like, oh my God, they gonna try to blame this baby. I didn't know what I was talking about, but I was in the dream saying this. I'm like, they gonna try to blame this baby. He only a baby. He ain't do nothing. I felt like I didn't know. I thought at first, I thought it was about Summer. At first, I thought it was about Summer, and I thought that they did something to her, and that Don did something to her, and that they was gonna try to blame the child and say that the child did something to her. But that was wrong. It was more deeper than that. No, no, no. Wyatt is the oldest baby. Was Wyatt, is Waylon, and is oh his name just escapes me. Wyatt, Waylon, and Wyatt, Waylon. I can't. I just can't remember. What's his name, Summer? What's his name? What's your baby brother name? Uh, is it a long name? No, I can't remember for nothing in the world. I cannot remember. So anyway, uh, so um, so I was like, yeah, they're gonna try to blame this baby. And I was trying to help him get to the top of the I was literally, you know how when you was a little kid and your brother like need a hoist up and you like let him put his foot in your hand and you try to hoist him up so he can get up high on something. That's what I was doing with the baby because he could not get up on these wooden bunk beds, right? And the place where I was watching TV, so long story short, when a dream is all said and done with, right? 3 days later, within 3 days, I don't know if it was 3 days later, but within 3 days, Chris McDonough put these pictures of his house all up on his social media, on his YouTube. And then I seen the wooden bunk. I'm like, oh my God. And then the crazy thing is, right, the house be so junky, you would never see this TV, the same picture where them wooden bunk beds was, right? You would never see this TV because the house is so junky, right? The TV was like under all this stuff. So it's like almost like hidden in the junk. But I was watching that TV. It wasn't like that when I was watching it. So this was a while before that happened. And it was a while before that picture was taken as well. Like because it was neater. I'm not gonna say it was neat, but it was cleaner than it looked in this picture that Chris McDonough was showing. So that was so crazy. That tripped me out, girl. I'm like, how in the world? Like I would have never seen that TV. It ain't no way I was watching that TV in my dream with my ancestor. But I think I was Summer watching that TV. And it was a long, long time ago. Like it was before she went missing. It was I don't know. I don't know how long before. But it was before Jose ever came to stay. It was before Allison ever stayed with them. It was before all that. Because it was clean. It was like it looked presentable. Like I almost believe it was when the mom was alive. Because that would be a reason why they would keep it clean. So that's like a little hint. Okay. So yeah. But yeah. What you say, sorry? What you can't think of it? What? Yeah, I can't think of the baby's name. It's just bothering me so bad, but oh well. It'll come to me. It's gonna be like 5 hours later. I'm gonna be like, that's his name out of nowhere. That's the type of stuff I do. But yeah, I just wanted to come through, put all my thoughts out, hope that we get justice for Sinzae Reed, 13-year-old baby whose life was brutally taken. He was shot down in the street of his block by his neighbor who lied and said this child had a gun and shot at him first, which is a total lie. So I wanted to come and talk about that. I wanted to shed some light on that and show that this is the type of hypocrisy and injustice that goes on in America. And they are allowing this man to come up with these lies. And he's not facing murder charges for murdering this 13-year-old child because of this, because of his lies, talking about the boy shot first. They didn't find no evidence of the boy shot first, none of it. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to the attention. I just wanted to say something about that. Um, I just want to do a little quick update on that, and I wanted to do. I don't know if I'll call it a quick update on summer. I just wanted to get my feelings out about summer and about how crazy. And I was just, and it's a lot of things that upset me when it comes to her. Like just the fact that her parents are out here trying to make money off of her memory when you know you involved in why she not here. That's low. That's scummy. That's scummy, scumbag stuff. Okay. I don't know who channel I was watching earlier today, but they was talking about child trafficking and all that. Yup, I wanted to say so much stuff in there, but it was some what you call a moderator that kept I don't know, she was giving me trouble. I don't know. I just said, let me just sit back and listen to this girl because I ain't feel like arguing with this moderator. But anyway, yeah. So they were saying stuff about the trafficking. I wanted to jump in on that because I said, yeah, it went from New York to what did I say? It went from New York to Tennessee. You better know Andy was involved. His bestie was involved. I ain't gonna get into the nut. Should I say his bestie name? No, they said don't say the bestie name. All right. His bestie was involved. Um, Don was involved, and they kept trying to say Candace is housing these kids. No, Candace ain't housing them damn kids. Don is housing them kids. That's what Don do. He traffic shit, and he so why wouldn't he traffic some people? He trafficked other stuff. He told us himself he trafficked that, or did he? Did he tell us that, or did Chris McDonough read into that? I just remember him and Jose got caught up for trafficking some stuff. I remember that. And this is before we even knew who Jose was. And let me last but not least say, thank God for Jose. Yes, Jose did not stay here much longer after he came on Justice for All show and bared his soul for Summer's sake, and yes, so what if everything he said was not true? Like I said, I know when people tell the truth and I know when they're not. But the things that he lied about, it wasn't important things. It wasn't things about Summer safety. So my hat goes off to him. Thank you for being Summer's voice, for being Summer's hero. Um, I appreciated him coming through. He also affirmed some of my visions or dreams because I had this dream that Summer was on this cliff. Yo, I had a dream that she was on this cliff. I did not know it was a cliff on a house. So I had a dream that she was on this cliff and that God had shined down this rainbow, and Summer was at the end of the rainbow, like looking like rainbowish, like almost like translucent. And I was like, oh, look at that! God shined down the rainbow for Summer, and um I don't know something about that. And then it was also more to that. I um also dreamt, and I hope this ain't true, that somebody named Arlene, Doreen, or Darlene is down there. Wherever Summer is, or down the cliff. Hold on. What was it about? Was that dream about um that Doreen, Darlene, or Arlene was down the cliff? Yeah. So that girl was down the cliff. Yup. And that's crazy. I don't even know how I know this, but I couldn't tell you. It's just crazy, girl. But yes, somebody named Arlene. No, what's the first thing I said? Darlene, Arlene, or Doreen, or something like that is down there. Yup, down the cliff that Jose spoke of. So thank God for Jose. Thank you for him being a voice for Summer. Thank you for everybody who tuned in and came to see about my girl and came to see about my Sinzae Reed. Um, we're gonna continue to pray for justice for them. Thank you for busting it up with me. I appreciate your time. And I think I'm gonna start doing lives a little more regular. So I shall be back soon with another one. Thank you. If you want to support the channel, you can always do that through via Cash App. That's scrolling across the bottom. I also left it in the description. Um, thank you for being here with me. I love y'all. Peace.